Welcome back to our channel. I'm Haleigh Jenkins, coach at Learn Grant Writing and founder of Golden Owls Grant Writing. And today I'm sharing the 3 biggest mistakes that first-time grant writers make and how you can avoid them. During the entire grant writing process, there's a lot to keep track of. Timelines, funding requirements, meetings, guidelines, the list goes on and on. So it may not be a shock that a lot of first-time grant writers miss out on a couple things that can elevate your chances of winning tremendously. The 3 tips I'm going to give you today are great for first-time grant writers, but if you're a seasoned pro looking to keep adding to your skill set, be sure to subscribe to our channel. All right, let's get into it. Mistake number 1, skimping on the research. Research is one of the most important things you can do as a grant writer, and neglecting it usually results in, you guessed it, not having your grant funded. Let's say you find a spectacular funding opportunity. The foundation has a mission to serve unhoused individuals through projects and outreach. Great. That's your organization's mission. And would you look at that, they also fund the exact amount you need. Seems like a perfect opportunity. You see they have an upcoming funding cycle that would be perfect for funding your program. You send off your proposal, a few weeks pass, and you're surprised to get denied. Well, if you had done a little more research, you would have uncovered that the foundation only funds in the Bay Area while you're in Los Angeles. A more thorough sweep of research would have uncovered that this particular grant had a 1% chance of success and therefore was not the best use of time, energy, or resources to apply. Remember, you only have one chance to make a first impression. Sending a proposal off without having thoroughly read the guidelines is a pretty big red flag against whether your organization is competent and, well, detail-oriented when it comes to delivering on your proposed project. Mistake number 2, avoiding the funder. So for a second, put yourself in the funder's shoes. If you have thousands or millions of dollars to give to organizations, that's no small thing. Wouldn't you want to have some kind of relationship with the people you're supporting, or at least see a face from the organization? Reaching out to funders before you submit the grant is like giving yourself a head start. It's crucial because it serves 2 main purposes. It helps you understand what the funder is really looking for, plus it shows them you're proactive and serious about your proposal. Building a relationship early on can also make them more receptive to your ideas and increase your chances of success. Not to mention, reaching out allows you to ask questions, clarify any doubts, and get a sense of what they prioritize. It should be a no-brainer for every single application that you submit. Mistake number 3, having a haphazard grant strategy. I know coming up with strategy is time-consuming, but so is grant writing itself. Neglecting a strategic approach in grant seeking is a really easy way to lose grants. What do I mean by strategy? I mean zooming out, seeing the bigger picture. It's unlikely you get one grant to cover your whole budget. If you do, hats off. You're more likely going to be piecing together several funding opportunities to fully fund your project or program. Knowing how all the funding pieces come together to accomplish your goal is a component of your strategy. When you don't have a bird's eye view of how all the pieces fit together, you miss potential funding sources or you misuse resources. Let's say you have a throw something at the wall to see what sticks strategy, meaning you're applying for any grant opportunity that comes through the inbox, or if you're an in-house grant writer, grants that a board member sends your way. It happens. And you apply for a $10,000 grant. A few weeks later, you apply for another grant that requires they are not the only funder on the project. With the funding strategy, you could have positioned your initial $10K proposal as leverage for going after a larger grant where money and impact is maximized. This idea of strategically lining up grants to use as leverage heavily comes into play when discussing match grants. Check out this video to learn more about match funding. So, what exactly is a funding strategy? Essentially, it's a roadmap where we've identified the top grant opportunities worth pursuing within a 12 to 18 month period. At Learn Grant Writing, we're huge proponents of creating a funding strategy because it increases your odds of receiving grant funding. To go more in depth about funding strategies, check out this video below for Meredith's training. But if you're ready to jump in headfirst into creating your own funding strategy, consider joining the Global Grant Writers Collective. We go deep into how to plan out, pitch, write, and follow your funding strategies so that you can hit the ground running. Trust me, your clients will thank you. All right, so let's take a step back and review what we've learned. First, doing thorough research on funders is critical, and connecting with them even more so. Relationship building is key to having a successful grant proposal. Lastly, you need a funding strategy. A funding strategy will help you plan out your grants and focus on the organizations that are most likely to fund you. For more tips, don't forget to subscribe so that you can stay up to date on what we're cooking up over here at Learn Grant Writing. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.